Morning. Well, good morning right now for me, but it may be afternoon for you. It could be night for you. It could be in the middle of the night for you. Who knows when you're watching this? But for me right now, recording, it's morning. And I hadn't taken time to do a video in a while. So I said, let me get up here and chat. One of the things I wanted to run by y'all, because y'all are my people, right? You are my people. I can come up here. I can talk to you. I can be honest with you. You can be honest with me. The whole purpose is for us to get up here as moms, tired moms, busy moms, stressed moms, don't know whether we're going or coming sometimes moms. Who am I fooling? Don't know whether we're going or coming most of the time, moms. But anyway, this is just our little place to gather, not judge. I'm big on that. It just doesn't help. It doesn't help. Even with like the type of work that I do, working with families, working with people in like counseling and stuff like that, we're always taught to meet the person where they are. And so that's what I mean when I say the judging. A lot of times it doesn't help. Not saying that sometimes we might not, not saying that we don't need a little, okay, that's not the best way to do that, or have you considered this, or I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is judging sometimes, depending on how it's done, it could come across as very negative, and it could turn someone away, and that defeats the purpose. So we want to embrace each other. We're here to embrace, to love on. Another thing, there's another saying I had heard, I think I was at a conference or something, but anyway, it said people don't care about what you know until they know that you care. See? So it's like, let's get in here, let's love on each other. Then if we do need to like say, okay, let's not do that, moms, or that might not be the best choice for your child at that age, we're not going to do it like this. It's going to be coming from a place of love, and wanting to share. So anyway, that's not even why I'm up here. But anyway, I did want to say that because we are in this together and we want to help each other. But nobody wants to feel like they're being, talked down to, or like they're being scrutinized. So that's, totally not why we're here. Anyway, so what I'm thinking about today is, have I created two little monsters? And why I say that is I'm wondering if I know they're spoiled to a certain level, but or on a certain level, but I'm like, chores. That's what I'm getting at. Chores. And I'm almost embarrassed to say it. And y'all can tell me. We can talk about it in the comments. But I really don't have or haven't had set chores for them. And to be honest, it probably has a lot to do with my parenting style, which who knows what that is. I think I got a hodgepodge of styles that's all meshed in together. Anyway, that sun is starting to really shine. I thought this was a good spot right in my driveway, but anyway, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so my parenting style, I like not being as structured as I probably need to be. And I think if I were more structured, they probably would have designated, like, we do this on Saturdays, here's a chore chart, those kinds of things. But I don't have any of those things. So I'm wondering now, because the oldest just turned 11, and I'm wondering if not that it's ever too late to start, implementing something like that, but I wonder if I'm so late, because like she does not have chores. This school year, she's in the 5th grade, so just this year I started having her be responsible for making her sister's breakfast in the morning. Because we're on a schedule, we're like this in the morning, so it's not like she's having to cook. It's only what she can use. She's allowed to use the toaster, she's allowed to use the microwave, and she's allowed to use what's the thing? It's like a George Foreman grill. So we'll do like grilled cheeses and things like that, or hot ham and cheese, that kind of thing. But anyway, my point is, it's age appropriate, but she's able to do like quick breakfast, bowl of cereal, bagels, put cream cheese on, pop it in toast. Anyway, So that's something that she's responsible for. But other than that, it's like cleaning her room. Um, that's hit or miss, you know. Um, she doesn't wash dishes yet. I don't know. Anyway, so y'all have to help me in the comments. Tell me like what you guys are doing and what's been effective. I do understand that each child is different. I do understand that each family unit is different. You have to do what's good for you and your family. But I'm just thinking now that I may be a little late to the party, but it might be time to implement some things. Because I'm just noticing like her room is not as tidy as I want it to be. But then I'm like, you don't make her, or you don't set it as like a standard. I mean, I tell her so she knows what I like to see and what her clean room is, but I don't hold her to it. So what child, unless they're just super neat naturally, but what child is going to be like on top of their room, you know, without some type of either consequence or reward, you know? So I try to remember that. So anyway, so my whole thing today, I guess, is me trying to figure out what I want to do. The other one is 5, so I don't know. She can do things, clearly. Oh, online. There's a whole, I found, can't remember what site it was on, but I found a sheet that basically had it broken down per age, by age, what they can do as far as chores at what age, like what age appropriate chores are. And I looked at that list. It's been a while ago since I've done that, but anyway, and I was like amazed at like, oh my goodness, somebody's really thought this out, first of all. And then second of all, dang, I'm missing out on help. Like, I should be having my children do a lot more than they do. So, anywho, I'm going to come up with something. Like their playroom, they're supposed to tidy that up. I don't know. So, I guess it's not too late to start something. And another thing that I'm realizing, the few things I do have my oldest help out with now, and it's nothing major, believe me. I wish it was. But the little things I'm having her help out with, they do actually help me. So it kind of inspires me. Like those of you that have older children, us people, those of us with like toddlers and elementary school students and stuff, I think that might give us a little hope that you know, things will get better and we won't have to do everything. Like of course, getting themselves dressed, them picking out their clothes, even ironing their clothes, doing laundry. I know some parents that already have their children doing laundry at like 10, you know, or 12. Now, I guess I need to sit down and do that. But that's another thing. A lot of times, I just feel like it takes more time to teach them or to let them do it, because I may have to go back and redo it. And I'm kind of like, dang, I might as well just do it myself the first time. But I know that's not the right parenting approach. You know, I'm going to have to take time to teach her like how to wash dishes. She may not get it right the first couple times. She might be more than that. But how is she going to learn if I don't give her the opportunity to do those things? So I'm going to be working on that. But yeah, so that's my thought for today. Like for those of you that may be either where I am, like you haven't really put chores in place yet, or you there and maybe you've tweaked it, then we're here. We're here. We're trying to share. We're trying to learn from each other. But I know it's not too late, but I think I'm going to have to do something. Oh, and then the other thing, do I reward? You know, do I offer a reward? Do I put a consequence? So, like, once I put these things in place, now, you know, what happens if you don't do it? Do I take things away? That's typically one of our main discipline, like, methods or whatever. We normally take things away. Tablet, TV time, or, like, free time. You know, we usually do things like that. And then on the reward side, we usually do things like they got like 2 favorite, or frozen yogurt place. It's a chain, so you might know it. Sweet Frog. They love frozen yogurt at Sweet Frog. And then we have a local ice cream place right down the street called Sprinkles. Those are 2 of the things. There's other stuff that they like, but they like going to like little dollar stores and being able to go in and pick out their own candy or whatever. So we have things like that we reward them for. But I know some parents, and that could be another conversation for another day, but I know some parents feel like, hey, this is your chore. This is what you're responsible for doing in the household. I don't reward you for that, just like grades, you know? again, we can talk about that later if you want to, but do you reward for grades? Or is it like a standard? Like, hey, we expect that you are going to make A's and B's, you know? So I'm not gonna give you, I heard some people say like $1 A or $5 A, you know, whatever. You know, they take them out for a treat when they get, you know, AB honor roll or something, whatever. The point is, some people don't believe in that. Some parents don't think they should. Now, if you go over and beyond, they might feel like they will reward them. So how does that work? Like, do you have like certain things they have to do as far as their chores? And then if they do over that, do they get a reward or do they get just an allowance? Uh-oh, my seat is taking me back. Come on, I want to come back up. It just cut off. I guess I've been sitting there for a minute. But yeah, or do I just that it? Hold on. Oh, it took my back. Hold on, y'all. What I'm doing? Hold on. Okay, now I'm back. Okay. Do I reward them with money? Or do they get rewarded for reward with money or a toy or whatever? Or is there like an expectation that they're meeting and they don't get anything for that? So I guess my little thought or whatever for today is, depending on the age of your children, you decide as a family or as a parent what you want to put in place for your children. You know, try not to, you can look to friends, family, the internet, whatever, like groups like us, like we're family up in here. You could look at like our channel to get like some tips or information. But at the end of the day, you need to make a decision that's best for you and your family, you know, at the end of the day. And that's basically what I'm about to do. I'm going to talk to my husband a little bit and see what he thinks, because I really do think it's time for us to have a set expectation for like her room to be clean, maybe on Saturday, or maybe I start teaching her how to wash dishes and then she washes dishes like one night a week. And then another thing, guys, now our schedule is tight during the week. When I get them from school and we do homework, to be honest, getting home from school, eating dinner, doing homework, there's usually not a lot of time between that and when it's time for bed. I mean, really, it is bedtime, you know, because I try to give them like an hour between when I want their head on the pillow, you know, and when we start putting on PJs and brushing teeth. So we really don't have a lot of time. So it may be that her chores have to be more towards the weekend, you know, to be honest, because I don't want to set her up for failure either. So anyway, so that's my thing. So I guess I'm just, today my nugget would be that as you approach decisions like this with your children, take in information, you do a little research or whatever, talk to family, friends, but at the end of the day, you come up with what is good for you and your family. Even your children, you know, the multiple ages, if you have more than one, and then like where they are, maturity level, age-wise, you know, well, yeah, like take all that into consideration when you come up. Their personality, you know, maybe some of their the areas that they're really strong in versus areas that they're weaker in, you know. So you want to take all that into consideration when you put something like this in place, you know, because for one child, cleaning up a room, they might be able to do that, especially if they're just tidying, just kind of picking up their toys, putting their shoes away. Everything is having a place, everything is having a home. They might be able to do it. One child could do it in 5 minutes. Another child, that could be a task for them, you know. And let's not even get into children that may have like ADHD or something of that nature, that they need prompting, or they need to be what you call it, mine just went totally blank, redirected. So when they need to be prompted, you know, or redirected, like we got to take all that into consideration and not just have a one size fits all, you know, approach when we're working with our children. You know, but anyway, so that's my nugget. We want to set our children up for success. We want to teach them things in the home that can spill over into school And even in their life, like as they, especially for those of us that have like, well, those are you guys, because not me yet, but have like 15, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and we're talking about them going off to maybe college, you know, or going into the military soon, or going and having a job. Like, we want to use chores and different responsibilities and things at home to kind of be that foundation, and hopefully they'll just keep building on it, you know, as they get older and older, and as they get more responsibility, you know, and have more accountability, you know, more than what we're able to do, you know, because I always tell parents, you know, they're in a safe space, you know, when they're home, you know, it's a controlled environment when they're home. So the consequences usually aren't going to be but so bad, and you know, and we usually kind of hold those keys. But as they get older, let's say it's their first job, or let's say they just got their driver's license, and they break a rule, they speed, you know, they don't go to work, you know, then there's consequences that can be bigger and have more lasting effects than maybe what we do. So it's like we have the opportunity now to sow into them, you know, and to put things in them that will build, you know, hopefully, you know, that's our goal as good parents, you know, want to build so that as they go out and be productive citizens, you know, they can look back and be like, okay, now I see why mom had me do that, or why dad had me do that, why they told me not to do this, you know. So anyway, that's my nugget. So you guys be blessed. Be praying over your children. Be praying for your children. Be praying for yourself, that as you make decisions like this, you know, that God can help direct your path, you know, and where you're going. And I haven't talked about that a lot too, but my faith has a lot to do with who I am and how I stay grounded, and how I maneuver, you know, navigate through this stressful mom life. That is, that is what keeps me grounded, you know, my faith in God. So I don't know if everybody in here, you know, if you you know, are Christian, or if you have a different faith, but that's mine, and I tell you, I just don't know what I would do without him. But anyway, okay guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy it. Do something sweet for yourself. Tell yourself sweet things. Encourage yourself, and then that will allow you to do it to others. All right guys, have a great one. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.